Hey guys, Julian here. That is set 56, just arriving into East Perth Station, and we do have the other three cars just coming through. I'm just here at East Perth Railway Terminal to catch the Prospector all the way to Northam. So that is the first main port of call, if you don't include Toodyay, of course. But this is to mark the 1,000 subscribers on the channel, as well as the 200,000th view on the channel too. So thank you so much for your support, guys. This train will be arriving shortly, not in service, so dead run from the Toodyay maintenance depot, and it will be departing at 7:05 and arriving at Northam at 10 to 9 this morning. So it's going to be a nice trip. Here's our Ellenbrook train just departing set 60. So a bit of train spotting here, fantastic. And yes, so I completely forgot that the ticket for the Transwa services does include my travel on Perth services too. So yeah, just here with my partner Sam. Yeah, and we will be departing soon. So yeah, it's been a very long time since I last did the Prospector service. Last time I caught it was from Toodyay coming back to East Perth here. So the journey will be a little bit quicker this time because of the works at Midland train station, meaning that the closure of the temporary Transwa platform. So the service will go sort of a slow running speed through that. We will also get to have a look, hopefully, if we're on the right side, the new Midland train station works as well. So we might be able to get a glance of that depending on where we're seated. It is at the window seat, so we'll find out when we get on board the train. So thank you so much everyone for the 1,000 subscribers. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel too, and to hype the video too. There we go, set 108, just arriving in. To East Perth. So when we get back, we'll be hopping on board the Prospector service. Okay, here is the Prospector just arriving in to East Perth platform. It's a 3 car today, and we will be on car 1. Sitting in, it's I think the window seat, so seat 3. There we go, that is the train just lining up with the platform here. So they will be boarding shortly, the train. So yes, after a bit of waiting, we're finally on the train, guys. Seats 7 and 8. I'm on the window seat, and we'll be departing shortly at 7:05 and arriving at 10 to 9 into Northam. The next stop after here at East Perth is Toodyay, due to the works that are happening at Midland train station, so we will be going express through there. There goes the Ellenbrook train, set 56. So there's been quite a few trains going by. And we had that beautiful sunrise as well. So yeah, these Prospector trains have been in service. They replaced the former Prospectors services DMUs that were operating under the West Rail branding, and this one's been operating since the early 2000s as well, along with the Meriden Link, which we'll see a bit later on. That's the trip we'll be taking back. We'll be on the Meriden Link, but I won't be filming that one, guys. And these trains do use the standard gauge. When we do go onto the Trans-Perth network, onto the Midland line shortly, there is a dual gauge, so we'll be on that wider gauge, while we've got the narrow gauge that is used by all the Trans-Perth EMUs. And we have departed East Perth now, so we will be following the Midland line right through Midland Station, and we will get a glimpse of the works that are going on. We'll go through Bayswater platform, so we just have the slow running at the moment. We will be behind the Set 49 that just went past the High Wycombe train, so we might get mostly amber lights at this stage. So if we have a green signal, so we have the crossover point just coming up. Oh, that is a B8 bus just up there going through, and not in service at the moment. So you'll be waiting for the next train to go by. So yeah, we've been given the amber signal. The train that was just went past was Set 70 going to Ellenbrook, so we'll be just behind that train. So yeah, crossing over onto the Midland line. The wheels that are going crossing over. So yes, with the increased traffic on the line, with the addition of the Ellenbrook line and the airport line to the Midland line, we could be at a snail's pace just until Bayswater at least, and then things will start picking up. So there's our the Midland train heading back to Perth. It will continue on as the Fremantle train.
Just saying 26. I'm seeing because I've got someone getting on at 25. Okay. Yeah. What number, sorry? 26.
So, Mount Lawley. Now on dual track. just waiting for the station to come through. This is basically what it used to be like before USB charging ports. It was indeed your power points. So here we go on the train, and we also have some infotainment system as well. So that is the Ellenbrook train just coming into Perth at Midland. So it won't be long now, next month hopefully, in February, that the Austral end will be back into service, the train to Bunbury, Perth to Bunbury, so just via the Armidale line, which will be really good to be on that, especially when it's going through, going over the elevated sections too. We have set 101 just there, and then the next station is Bayswater, so first time going through Bayswater as the elevated section on the Prospector. So we shouldn't have any issues now, now that the Ellenbrook train has gone into its own platform. So we should be smooth running now. Derailment. Pretty unfortunate when that happened with that A series train. So pick up some more speed here. Platform 4 we're going through. Platform 3 is where the Ellenbrook train stops at, and then it continues up that viaduct while we continue straight underneath. Two tracks in the middle for the airport train, airport line. So next station we'll be going through would be Ashfield. Level crossing too, since they removed the Caledonia Avenue. crossing. Here we go. Pick up some speed now. Going through Ashfield Station. So it'd be going roughly about 80 kilometres an hour now, and yeah, we're coming up to Collier Road level crossing. Then after that, Bassendean Station, which will be our be the temporary terminus of the Midland line, and they have electrified the crossovers too. That was part of project to do that for the works to do with the shutdown. So 22nd of January will be when the services between Perth and Bassendean on the Midland line will be operating, with Bassendean to Midland cancelled until the 22nd of February, when the brand new Midland station will be opening up. So that was Bassendean. Next station we'll be going through is Woodbridge. Not Woodbridge, sorry. Success Hill. Going on. Success Hill. Set 35 just coming in from Midland, and set 19 at the back. Over Swan River here. Very nice. And approaching Guildford train station. And to the left of us is the approaching Guildford training facility there. So very nice. A bit of an uneven platform here. Still haven't fixed it. And Alfred's Kitchen. Nice burgers there, guys. East Guildford station just arriving now, and this station in the past, a very long time ago, was known as Woodbridge train station, but they changed that back when the early years of Guildford Grammar School. Now the trains, when they go back to the Toodyay maintenance depot, do transfer or go into this triangle bit. There's a crossover point just now, and yeah, this is where the Prospector had come from, and then it just follows that single track out there. So it's the Toodyay Forestfield railway line, freight line. So now approaching Woodbridge train station. Now there will be some speed restrictions. Freight line. So it's a very short line, the Midland line, in comparison to the Joondalup and Yanchep and the Mandurah lines. We have 301 just making a return from the Midland Hospital, and a whole heap of white cockies as well. So ever since they closed off the other crossing there at Helena Street, they had to do that. The bus is basically going along the long way around, doubling essentially its route just about. So in the new part, this will be electrified eventually. Just do a bit of a zoom in. That's the car park for the Midland, the new multi-storey car park for Midland Station, and yeah, we're just going through Midland, the old Midland train station, which will be closing, guys, in the coming weeks. So and we have just over there is the new bus station, which opened up recently. You can see the video on the channel, and yes, they've already started dismantling the platform, so we will not be stopping here. go. Wow, doing. Yep. Didn't quite get the number. So nice and slow through the construction zone. We'll get some looks. Whoa! Stop abruptly there. Of the new train station. So that's what it looks like on this side. Just waiting for the signal to change. And as I was talking about in the Midland station update video last year, that bit up the top there is the footbridge overpass, and it has to be really tall indeed, because of the containers that are stacked up. So we will, we're just going through the new section. So this is going to be the brand new Midland railway station. First look as we go through. So the staircase is huge, and it's just basically going to be stairs and lifts and the escalators too. 6-car capable platform. Very nice. There we go. And they've started putting the overhead line equipment up as well. So the line will continue along, the overhead electrified section will continue along to the, we've got the Midland stickers up on it too. But on the poles, masts. So they will continue all the way to Bellevue railcar depot and the manufacturing area to assembly. So the new crossing here at Kale Street. So it's very unusual to see, and Midland Hospital too. Very unusual, pardon me, to see the line electrified beyond Midland. So we're just running parallel to the electrified line. They are planning to extend passenger rail eventually to Bellevue. There we go, that is the new depot that they've got. So they've started electrifying it. It's going to be, once completed, it's going to have maintenance facilities for all the B series trains. And we've got the C series that's set 127, that's still, not 127, sorry, 137, that is still in the yard there. And now that's the Bellevue that we've, and Roe Highway overpass, so we'll continue to the next stop, which is Toodyay. Just along the Great Eastern Railway here. Now this is the railway that all the trains will go over east and also coming back over here west from east, so it's a major connection point where all the freight gets shipped in, well, on rail. Toodyay is located, so Northam is located roughly about 90 or so kilometres east of Perth, and Toodyay is located probably about 10 or 20 kilometres, or well, less than that, probably about 10 to 15 kilometres away from Northam, and in a valley, so it's very nice little town there. It's only sort of a one street town though, but very agricultural area too, lots of farming communities, and same with Northam too, so don't expect to have any 5-star meals there. Yep, so just going through Stratton, but yeah, don't expect any 5-star restaurants. If you want that sort of cuisine and dining, go to the city, go to Perth. So now on to the single aspect tricolour signalling. And you see the little masts that we go by, these ones here, they were used for telegraph. They're telegraph poles. They're not used anymore, but back in the 50s, they were used to communicate just pre-telephone times. They're basically essentially fax machines. So yes, that's going out to Stratton there. And they'd run they'd have wires too that would run along the railway lines. Crossings here, and some nice wineries. Now I think that there should be definitely some rail going back into Geraldton too. Be a nice service from the city to Geraldton by rail instead of by road coach, because it's just smoother. And my grandma used to say to me that how they used to have the sleeper train. You go from Perth to Geraldton, and it would take you an overnight trip to get there. And yeah, the same, they had service down to Albany too, so I really hope that when hopefully these private rail companies, the freight rail lines, go back into public hands, that they reinstate these services, because it'd be great for the tourism and the regions.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard the Prospector. My name is Karina, and together with Linda and Kerry, we're delighted to be your host, Richard Meriden, with every train to staff. Your safety and well-being is our greatest concern, and be our pleasure to make your travel as pleasant and comfortable as possible. Please direct your attention to the video monitors in front of you for a short presentation of the safety features of this train. You will need your headphones to listen to the presentation, which are down near the buffet. There are several emergency exits on the train. Please take a moment to locate your nearest exit, noting that it may be behind you. In case of evacuation, please follow all instructions from staff. The Prospector is a buffet service which offers a selection of food and drinks, including some alcoholic beverages. Consuming personal alcohol and taking illegal drugs is prohibited. The buffet will open upon an announcement. Smoking, including the use of e-cigarettes, is strictly prohibited anywhere on the train, including the toilets, which are fitted with smoke detectors. Tampering, disabling or destroying smoke detectors is a violation. We are scheduled to arrive to Kalgoorlie approximately 2 p.m. We'll stop to pick up passengers along the way, so please remain in your allocated seats. These are the seat numbers given to you upon boarding. If you have any queries today, please feel free to ask one of the crew. On behalf of the crew of TransWA, I wish you an enjoyable journey and thank you for choosing our service.
And that's the Prospector. The infotainment centre, infotainment screens system. back of Swan Valley. There are some 3-point signals here as well, just sort of a combination of the tricolour and the 3-aspect ratio signals. Beautiful pastures, and you've got the horses as well. Too. Doesn't take long to change around here once you get out of the city. Now this is sort of in real time. That it's taken only 33 minutes since we departed East Perth. Get an opportunity now with the fares being 50% cheaper than they were this time last year. Make sure you come down and check it out. Catch the Australian when it comes back on, as well as the Prospector, and you can even get the road coaches too. And they've got the Meriden Link train that departs from Northam and goes all the way back to East Perth at the moment. service during the week. Going up the hill there, powering up the hill is something that you certainly don't get with the electric trains. Whilst hearing the rails, the wheels on the rails. Roughly about an hour away from Northam. So when I return, we'll be arriving into Toodyay and then we'll continue to Northam. So just before we arrive into Toodyay, this is just a passing lane here, so the trains can pass through each other. We have a green signal just coming up, and in the middle is red, obviously, so the freight train will just go into the middle while the train will go outside. So it's a little bit like what you have in the city, except yep, these. Bit of a passing lane, sort of section there. Can't think of the name, but so yes, when we get back, we'll be approaching Toodyay. Okay, so we're approaching Toodyay now, and we have on the display here, tells you roughly, hasn't changed for a little while, but about 4 kilometres to Toodyay now, Toodyay train station. So the views have changed quite a bit, and we're getting to crossing, so the main crossing into town, one of the main crossings. And it's farming, agricultural land here. So yeah, we're about just over 4 k's until we reach Toodyay train station. So we're roughly about half an hour away from Northam. landscape. So they've had some bushfires in the area, so it's all just recovering from the bushfires that they had a few months ago. Incredible. And this is the cutting that we're just going around and just going through, and some main part into town, and yep, the road bridge over the top. Signal up ahead, just slowing down for, so we have a crossover point. Got those new signals in last time I was here. Oh, an old Bus West bus. Wow. So, been just randomly put on the property there. And there is a rigid Renault bus, old ex-Transperth bus. I'm not sure if it's still here in Toodyay, but they were using it for, someone had a private use for it. I think footy club here. Another siding. Now 90 kilometres from Perth. Line marker. Not so long ago we were going past, didn't film it of course, but they had 72 kilometres to Perth, and that was the equivalent of Perth to Mandurah, but just 72 kilometres from east of Perth. And yep, beautiful valleys. Out the window. Absolutely beautiful valley. It's worth a visit, Toodyay, if you're ever looking for a place to go for a day trip. Toodyay is actually 90 kilometres, just over 90 k's from Perth, and Northam is probably about 120.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Our next stop is Toodyay. Toodyay station is our next stop. Thank you.
So just over 90 kilometres from Perth is Toodyay. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, it's just over 100k to Northam from Perth. Toodyay for your freight train lovers out there. We have one single header train. Heading back towards Perth. Toodyay. Yes, a lot of the white cockatoos enjoying their bit of food. And here is the station. Toodyay. And yeah, Toodyay just over there too. Station platform. So we've got two platform sides. Stop is Northam, where we'll be alighting. There's Toodyay, IGA just gone by there. Oh, beautiful scenery, and the church building. So it's just a one street town really, Toodyay. But well worth. You can do it in the day and do some hiking around to explore the Avon River, which is just at the back as well. But, yeah, that river tends to dry up during summer. Very beautiful. Yeah, 21 kilometres roughly to Northam. slow down for the birds on the track. Big grey glass. In the heat as the day warms up. Oh yes, having the hay. The view from the other side. Beautiful valleys. They say walking through the valleys, this is what I certainly think of around Toodyay. It's nice and green on that side, and yet it's a little bit dry on this side, especially in the fields. But they do get a bit of rain and the odd storm as well in summer. Storms are quite spectacular when it's been really hot, because a lot of these, oh, wow, check this out guys, a lot of that's a very nice turn of the railway. But yes, the storms created basically with the heat as it's rising from the valleys and with the hills too. Beautiful corner. This is the very first Transwa service that we're featuring on the channel. There will be some more in the future that I'll do, some road coach journeys too, hopefully. So we are about 17 kilometres from Northam now, so when I get back we will be approaching Northam train station where we will complete the journey. So we're approaching Northam. We've got the Northern Silos CBH group silos that we're just going past now. Yep, it's definitely a grain town here in Northam. Yep, they've got their sort of depot on the other side. Northam is about 120 kilometres from Perth. So yeah, just a 40 kilometre journey from Toodyay. Or 30 kilometre rather. So we just crossed over. And behind removing the old sleepers and putting in concrete, which is a lot better for heat as well. A lot better resistant and insulates for heat. A bit like how they put that white paint on the rails between MacGyver and Perth. That's to make sure that the rails on the line there don't warp in the heat. And since we're last on the rails have changed over. We have this another grain train that's CBH. Very big industry, keeps it going. Actually, I think it's a narrow gauge for the Prospector, but it is your interstate trains like the Indian Pacific, which is narrow. Standard gauge. Sorry. So I do apologise for that, guys. My rail knowledge is still learning that. Trees are coming back nice and strong after a bit of a fire through here. By the looks of it a while ago. And that was just the passing lane for the freight. No, actually no, it's a standard gauge yet. Sorry guys, just a bit of to confuse you all. Yeah, so standard gauge on the Prospector and narrow gauge on the suburban line. All good. That's what makes a channel great. We all can make mistakes, but in a non-judgmental way. If anyone wants to correct me, just ask for no judgment, please. Yeah, just in a nice way. You can leave a comment below saying, "Oh, hang on, you said this in your video. It's not quite right." Okay, thank you for that. I'll make note of that for the next time. It's all learning curve. That's what we're here for. So yes, we're less than a K from Northam train station and on the banks of the river. We're just about to go over. River just over there. Have arrived, and it's the town of Northam.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Our next stop is Northam. Northam Station is our next stop. Thank you. Please make your way to the centre car door in the buffet car if you are leaving us now. Thank you.
So, buffet, and go. Thank you.
Now,
And here we are at Northam. Here the Prospector, here with Sam, and that took us not very long to arrive. It was a lot quicker, and we watched this train depart. Don't have to worry about tagging off or anything. No smart riders involved. So 3-car train, this Australian, not Australian, sorry, Prospector will continue its journey now, and it will arrive at Kalgoorlie around 2 p.m. this afternoon. There we go. And there we go. So it's a very long journey to Kalgoorlie, roughly about a 6-hour journey and about 600 kilometers from Perth. And as you can see, it's just a 1-car platform here at Northam. Pretty much what Byford's old train station used to look like before it was electrified and moved a bit closer, pardon me, to Perth. So yes, obviously you've got that old bit there, that's for the longer trains when they were using them, but for accessibility they had to raise this up, and disability, the ramping and that. And yes, this is pretty much in the similar style to what we have at East Perth, just probably built around about the same time with the bricks. Hey guys, thank you for joining me today on the channel. Thank you so much for the 1,000 subscribers and 200,000 views for the channel. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hype it too, and to join us on our socials. So until next time, happy transporting from here in Northam. Bye for now.